Hi, I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. What I thought I'd do in today's video is to answer some questions that I get on YouTube. Now, I don't get a lot of time to answer all these questions, but I do try and answer every question that you give me. So what I'm going to do today, as opposed to me just constantly typing and spending hours from answering the questions, I'm just going to try and respond to it on this YouTube video. So let's see how it goes. And if you like this format, let me know, and maybe I can do this every couple of weeks or maybe every week. And also, if you have any questions as well, just put in the comments below any questions you want, and I'll try and answer them as soon as I possibly can. Right, before we get started, I just want to say thank you to everyone that's bought me a coffee. I really do appreciate it. I can't thank you guys enough. And if you want to buy me a coffee, you can do by following the link below. Right, let's get started. So the first comment is from New Moose. It says, very helpful videos, much appreciated. Now, it's a pleasure, New Moose. I love doing the videos and I'm really glad you guys are getting something out of it. Second comment from Will Start. Hi, I love your comment because I'm a katana owner myself. Would you like to be a guest on my weekly talk show that airs on Facebook and YouTube at the same time? Yes, Will, absolutely. Just send me a message and I'm sure we can get that sorted. Look forward to that. Mateus Lopez Varela. I hope I've pronounced that properly. If I haven't, apologies. It says, hi, Paul. I did it on my GarageBand and the signal's too low. Any ideas? I've got a Mark 1 series. Okay. Now, I'm guessing that is in relation to the Boss Katana recording with USB video that I've done. Best way that I can answer this is if you record in 24-bit, which all DAWs are able to do, it doesn't really matter how low you record. It's not the case where it was, say, 25 years ago, where all we had was tape and you had to get the best signal to noise ratio possible. This doesn't apply anymore, not with DAWs. I wouldn't worry about how quiet it is. As long as you're getting the signal down, you can always boost it later on. If you do want to boost your signal in the Katana, you're probably going to need to use your channel volume, or I think somewhere in the settings, there's an output level where you can turn it up as well. I hope that's the case with the Mark 1. I've got a Mark 2, so I'm guessing that's the same way. I hope that helps. Any further questions, Mateus, just send me a message. Right, patches, gimme please, from DJF Johnson. Okay, so this is in relation to the free patches that I've been giving away. Now, what you need to do, you need to go to thestudiorats.net and go to downloads. There you'll find the free Katana presets. Now, I get loads of these questions probably every day. So anyone that wants the patches, they're on the Studio Rats website. I should say that the patches are just for Katana Mark II. They don't work on the Mark 1. Although if you go through the videos, you can, dial in your amp so it does the same thing. Sorry about that. I haven't got a Mark 1, but yeah, any way that I can help out, let me know. Next one. Good stuff, Paul. I'm looking forward to your next video. Thank you very much, James. I'll try and get the next video out as soon as possible. The next one is from Matt Joe 1982. Paul, is the Neve summing engine built in, i.e. free? I'm seeing the Neve summing plugin for $299 on the UA site. I have not downloaded Luna yet, as I won't have the ability to use my third-party drum engine with it. Love your guitar playing, thanks. Okay. Couple of things there. This is in relation to a Luna video that I did. Unfortunately, the Neve summing engine is $299, but it's well worth buying. Now, for me, this is a difference of every other DAW and Luna. Now, the reason why Luna sounds so good is because of the Neve summing engine. It's something that all other DAWs haven't got, and it's really worth the money. Now, if you don't want to spend the $299, sometimes, and a lot of the time, Universal Audio do discounts. They do like sales. So you might be worth waiting for that. But in my mind, $299 for what it does is well worth it. And also, you've got to think, this DAW is free. You're not spending any money on the DAW. So it might be worth, investing that $300. It's really worth doing. Now, the other side of this question is, I won't have the ability to use my third-party drum engine with it. Now, I don't know what drum engine you're using, but Luna uses AU, which is a plugin format. And as far as I know, most third-party instruments use AU. So I'm sure if you look around, you'll be able to find the download for that. Okay, let's move on. So this one's from Timothy DeLeon. thanks for this. Just wondering if this will work on a Boss GT1, because I've noticed that the Katana and the GT1 have the same processor, overdrive types, delay types, etc. This is in relation to the Boss Katana creating the ultimate versatile tone. No, it's not going to work. You can dial it in. I think it might be worth, you could dial in some similar sort of sounds to it. So if you're using the GT1, you should be able to go in and tweak the amp so it sounds more or less the same. It won't sound exactly the same, but I think you'll be pretty close. So the next one's from Jeff Nuki. I've been trying so hard not to leave snarky yeah but comments anymore. Okay. However, if you want a booster after the compressor and it doesn't need to have its own color, what the F do you think the output of the compressor does? Use the output gain of the compressor to work as a clean boost. Also, you can combine the reverb and delay into the reverb channel, freeing the FX blocks for the final compressor. I find the light comp isn't light, just transparent. The D comp is the best one with color. And the last bit, happy paving trails in Settingville. Now, Jeff, okay, let's go through this. So I've been trying so hard not to leave a snarky yeah but comment anymore. Okay. Probably worth trying a little bit harder. However, if you want a booster after the compressor and doesn't need to have its own color, what the F do you think the output of the compressor does? Well, the output of the compressor, Jeff, is a volume control. So if I get a compressor pedal and I turn up the volume on that compressor pedal into, say, one of my valve amplifiers, let's say the Rev D20, that's going to behave very differently than if I was going to plug that into a Boss Katana. So, and it would also behave very differently as if I was going to plug it into, say, like a Fender amp. Okay, so that's all about gain staging and it's all about headroom. Okay, so headroom is basically how much clean signal your amplifier can produce without distorting. So if I plug into my D20, that hasn't got a lot of headroom. So that's going to distort the front end. Now, if I did that into the Boss Katana, that would behave very differently. It would give it a volume boost as opposed to overdriving the amp. The same with a Fender amp. Fender amps tend to, so like a Fender Twin, has a very high headroom. So it acts more like a volume pedal driving into the front. Let's also see what he says. Also, you can combine the reverb and delay into the reverb channel, freeing the effects block for a final compressor. Great, that's a valid comment. I tend to not like compressors at the end of my chain, especially in the Boss Katana. If I was going to be using the Katana for recording, I would have the compressor inside my DAW, as it would be a much higher quality compressor. So I wouldn't do that. I find the light comp isn't light, it's just transparent. The D comp is the best one with color. Great. Again, probably a good comment. And the last thing he says is happy paving trails in Settingville. So the next comment is from Skip Bass and it says, hi, I have the Mark II Artist. Nice. It has a global EQ. Do you have that on or off? Now, I tend to always have that off. In all of my videos, I don't think I've used it once. If I do ever use it, I will let you know. So always count it that I have it off. The next one, W Armstrong. Again, a thumbs up. Cheers, W Armstrong. Really appreciate it. I'm glad you're getting something out of the videos. The next comment is from Paul Gerard. Presets, please, Paul. Big fan of your work. Cheers, Paul. Yes, you can go to the Studio Rats website and go to downloads and download the free patches from there. The next comment from Logan. Awesome video. It was really good. I want to be friends. Now, I'm guessing this is a spam, so we're not going to bother with that one. Next comment from Victor Torres. Nice, thanks. Pleasure. Lucky Robson. What if one doesn't have an audio interface at all? Will it still record properly? Because when I try to monitor the sound through my headphones, which are connected directly to my laptop, the sound feels really compressed and low quality. Now, okay, this is in connection with the video I did on recording the Boss Katana with USB. So depending on what laptop you've got and what headphones you've got, it will sound compressed. Laptops tend to have really cheap headphone amps. It's going to sound pretty bad, to be honest. What you really need to do, I think, is to record some, bounce it down, and then have a listen on either decent speakers, like studio monitors, or just through, like a hi-fi Bluetooth speaker. Just see how it sounds then. I'd be interested if you could let me know if that is the case. The next question is from Ronnie Perot. Wish this was done without the reverb on. The reverb sounds good, but it's distracting me from hear the raw vocal. Okay, that's in connection with the Luna video I did about mixing vocals. Yes, Ronnie, I mean, I could switch the reverb off. I'm trying to mix a song and show people how to mix a song, so I'm going to keep the reverb on for that. But yes, fair point. Kern McNair, Paul, I just saw a couple of your Katana vids and you mentioned you might have some of these patches available. Where might I download them? Great stuff. As I said, I get these comments every single day, so go on the Studio Rats website and you can download them there. Okay, next question is in French, and let's highlight that and let's translate it because I didn't pay attention in French. So very interesting to understand all the effects functions, bravo. Merci, David, it's a pleasure and I'm glad you got something out of it. I've always thought that the pickups are where the PRS loses me. Bare knuckle makes my favourite pickups. Right, this is a question to, or a comment on my video that I did, the best pickups that money can buy on a PRS. So yes, I completely agree, Ben. PRS guitars, for me, not for everyone, sound a little bit sterile, and I think the pickups are where the PRS guitars, or especially the PRS that I had, because it was an older one. I can't remember what it was. It's probably 11 years old. They might have improved the pickup since then. But yeah, the bare knuckle pickups to me make a massive difference. Next question, PM Productions. The Neve summing really does make the difference. Yes, I completely agree. It is the best thing about Luna, to be honest. Luna has got a long way to go. It's at its early stages and it's still at version 1. It needs a lot of features to compete with other DAWs, but the Neve is where it shines. So yeah, cheers. Okay, so the next comment is from Jane Whitaker, and it said, that voice with a heart. And it's for the video Falling Deeper, the Studio Rats featuring Abby F. Jones. So first of all, I think Jane is Abby's mum. So yes, your daughter has got a lovely voice, Jane, absolutely. And we're going to be using Abby in the next Studio Rats song that we're doing. So hopefully that'll be coming out soon. Okay, next question. Creep Beats, the mixtape. I'm having issues with exporting. I'm not getting any sound when I export the whole track. Okay, this is another Luna question. Okay, Creep Beats, probably best to send Universal Audio technical support a question. I haven't really got enough information here. I don't know what computer you're using, what you've got in your master bus. So I suggest you send Universal Audio tech support a question, but you need to list all of these things. So say what you've got on your master bus, how many tracks. You can even send them the actual Luna file as well, and then they can look at it and work out what the problem is. I hope that helps. Next question, Luigi Cabanaggi. Hi James, how large is the drum room? How do you get a good sound from a small room? Okay, this is from the studio tour that James did. Right, James's studio is a small studio. James has been spending a long time sort of, going through different microphones and really getting the sound that he wants. Now, in terms, how do you get a good sound from a small room? I guess the answer to that question is mixing. So that's something that I could answer for that as I mix all the Studio Rat stuff. Okay, so the best way of answering that is using reverbs, using different size reverbs to emulate a slightly bigger or a much bigger size room. UAD do some fantastic reverbs. Waves do great reverbs. There's so many reverbs you can get. I tend to use one from Exponential Audio, which I think has now been taken over by Isotope. And the Exponential Audio reverbs are really good, especially the room reverbs. They sound absolutely brilliant and they really make a drum kit come to life. Next question, Joshua C. How can I control tap tempo delay from my foot controller? This is on the Boss Katana. Okay, that's a really good question. I don't know. And what I'm going to do is to try and figure that out for you, Joshua. If I can't figure it out, I'm going to ask Boss and see if they can help me out, and I'll do a video on it. Hopefully we can do that. So the next question is from Tammy Miller. Direct mix, is that effect better left on naught, or which is best? Okay, Tammy. So I think I understand what you're saying. This is in relation to the Boss Katana distortion video that I did. Okay, let me just switch over to the Katana window and I'll do a little bit of explaining on this. You see you've got this control right at the end called direct mix. Now, basically what that's going to do is to let the clean signal through. Now, the maximum clean signal is going to be at 100%. Now, it's a distortion pedal and an overdrive pedal. You don't normally get a parallel mix on these pedals. So yes, always for me this is, I would have the direct mix at 0, as you don't really want any clean signal coming through. If you want to emulate, say, like a tube screamer, which does have a little bit of clean signal coming through, then you might want to turn it up, but I would keep it on 0. Okay, Dragon says, wow, the bare knuckles sound more alive and have the growl of a Les Paul. The difference is amazing. Thanks for sharing. Cheers, Dragon. Yes, I completely agree. Bare knuckles really do make a difference in the PRS. Sambit Kundu, hi, can you give me a tutorial about your live stream settings? How are you streaming from your DAW in stereo while playing live? Sambit, this is not really the sort of video that I do. Okay, all I can tell you is that I use a couple of different interfaces and a couple of different DAWs. So Will Goers ask, available when? And this is in relation to the Lazy J prototype pedal that I did a video of quite some time ago. Thanks for the comment, Will. I don't know, to be honest. Probably your best bet is to contact Jesse from Lazy J and he can fill you in. Now, I do know that, or I did know that Lazy J had some prototype pedals left over. So if you want one of those, you might want to get in contact and just to see if you've still got any available. Okay, the next comment is from Fer Mendoza. You sound amazing. Thank you very much, Fer. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Don Alder, acoustic guitarist. Nice, but you left out a few steps for beginner like me for e.g. the Capital Chambers setup that I said I've figured out now. Yes, Don, sorry, I can't please everyone with these videos. Sometimes I'm going to do something that's going to be a little bit too advanced for someone, and sometimes I'm going to do a video which is a little bit too basic for someone else. Not every video is going to suit every person. I'm sorry if I left out something for you, but I'm glad you figured it out. Julian Fernandez, so cool. The future is promising indeed. Yes, that's in relation to the Antelope microphone. The Edge Duo microphone that I did a video of recently. It's a great mic, to be honest. I would highly recommend it, and it's really versatile, sounds brilliant, and you can use it for absolutely anything. So for me, if I was going to be buying one microphone, I would seriously have a look at that. I really hope you guys got something out of that. Let me know if you want me to continue with these questions and answers videos. And also, if you do have any questions, just leave it in the comments below. I'll be glad to answer more or less anything that you can throw at me. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to become a member of the Studio Rats YouTube channel, you can click on the join button down there and it'll give you all the different options. I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. I hope you guys got something out of this, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.